So hey, it's your girl Stephanie, and I'm gonna give you a walk through Immersive Forest. It's mostly complete, so I figure this is the last time I'll probably be in this space, at least for a bit, and I wanted to show you how everything's turned out. So when you come into Science Gallery Detroit, you'll see the big sign for Future Present, and then you'll walk right into Immersive Forest. We've got a whole bunch of trees that are native to Michigan out in the front here, like red oak, paper birch, basswood. Actually, this big cherry might not be, but it was really hard to find good looking cherry trees at the moment. We got a tulip tree, and then we come into the first space, which is our Museum of the Near Future. How can we bring museum experiences into the home? So for this, I've designed it in a way where we're looking at a whole bunch of different technologies. The fabric on this chair is custom printed from a picture I took at Nordhaus Dunes Wilderness area. If we come up here, I've got 2 3D prints that Jamie at the MSU library helped me out with. And they're both frog sounds. One is a soundscape I took at Peters Valley School of Craft in Layton, New Jersey. And one is frog sounds I took in the Nordhaus Dunes Wilderness area. We've also got some air plants. And over here, once the show starts, we'll open these up. These are reed diffusers with the earthworm and dirt scents from Demeter Fragrance. And I've also created for this section a custom Snapchat lens. This custom Snapchat lens uses a new ground segmentation template. This lens is called Paper Birch. You can check it out on your floors. And through the magic of science and film editing, I'm going to show it to you right now. So then we enter into the classrooms of the near future spaces. And so there are 2 on these facing tableaus. What if you had a classroom that had more access to materials? So you see all these rich, vibrant trees. And over here on the Paper Birch, we've got a Circuit Playground Express soil sensor mini kit from Adafruit, which will tell us it'll flash red if this plant needs some water. If we come around here again, we'll look at a classroom of the near future. What if the classroom had to be mobile and had less access to materials? So here we don't have the fancy Adafruit kit. We have a chirp plant watering alarm. This is just down here and sticks right into the plant, and it'll chirp if the plant needs to be watered. Coming back up. Then we come into this space where I invite people to stop, take a breath, close your eyes and listen. What do you hear? And if you're in here during the exhibition, you'll hear a soundscape from the Nordhaus Dunes Wilderness area I took this summer. The soundscapes are going to change throughout the duration of the show, so I'll be uploading some sweet new sounds and beats from natural areas in Michigan. Now here we come into 2 bathrooms of the future. So in this bathroom of the near future, how would less access to food, water, and space impact how we use space? So here we have some just regular herbs that are growing, some rosemary, right? Some basil, and I believe that's a stevia right there. Some pumpkins that I planted, the Jardale Blue and Sweet Sugar Pie. And then here we have an inflatable bathtub. What the inflatable bathtub allows you to do is deflate it and then move it around, so you're conserving that space. What'll go right here, whoop, is this moss mural that I've created. This is a moss graffiti. If you've seen the earlier videos, you know how this was made, but I blended moss and buttermilk and painted on, and I have been keeping it wet and trying to get it to grow, and hopefully throughout the show it grows and gets more vibrant. Now if we head into the bathroom of the near future, how would more access to water, space, and impact how we use our space? And so here we have an fancy aero garden that's growing some plants right now. It's growing 6 different types of herbs. We have some plants that might be for culinary dessert use, lavender, but really are more for an olfactory or an aesthetic experience. Same with the succulents. And here we have a giant bathtub, which I want to imagine living in a house where your bathtub was something you didn't have to move, where you didn't have to conserve water, where you could kind of live in harmony with your grasses and your plants and also keep that nature in your bathroom at all times. And here we also have a fancy moss wall. These mosses come pre-packaged like this. And so if you were more affluent and had more space, time, and money, you might be able to have a permanent moss wall. Here I've created a canopy out of another custom print fabric. And this one is also from Nordhaus Dunes. And it's actually the same photo as the one you've seen before. And this one is just looking up at the canopy within the Nordhaus Dunes Wilderness area. So finally, we move into this piece. Can you tell which, if any, of these bark images are from Nordhaus Dunes and which were generated using machine learning? And the machine learning details are here. Machine learning generated images were created using Runway ML. I used StyleGAN 2. I trained it on 100 bark images that I took in Nordhaus Dunes for 1,000 cycles. And I used the scenes preset, batch processed the images with a center crop, and then center crop them again in the training. So if you're curious, you have to send me an email to find out which ones are real and which ones are fake.
Thanks for watching this tour. Let me know what you thought of Immersive Forest.